Vanthiyathevan, Chapter 2. Our hero, Vanthiyathevan and Alvarkadiyan start to walk in the same direction. After moving a few steps ahead, Vanthiyathevan turned and looked back at Alvarkadiyan and asked a question. Why are you following me? Immediately Alvarkadiyan replied, I am not following you. You are going in front of me. Like that, both started to talk each other. Actually, each one wanted to know the details of the opposite. Alvarkadiyan thinks that he is very much new to this area and he seems like a warrior. So we must make a friendship with him. Vanthiyathevan thinks that he is a mysterious person. He has some links with the lady in the palanquin in the procession. So we must understand the details about himself, who he is and what he is. By thinking like this, both started to talk each other. Alvarkadiyan asked a question. Where are you going? Vanthiyathevan replied like that. I am going straight and will turn left to few steps and then I will go right, will walk a length. Then I will turn left to right like that. I am going. Alvarkadiyan stopped him. No, I am not asking that. Where are you going to stay tonight? He clearly asked the question. Now Alvarkadiyan want to be careful more. So he asked again, why are you asking like this? No. So many guests are going to the Katambur Palace. Don't you see? Elder Vanthiyathevan group was going. The barriers in the front row was from the Katambur Palace. They were receiving the chief guest. Like this, so many local kings, so many big personalities in the Chola Empire are coming to the Katambur Palace. There will be a dinner and very big feast in the palace. Afterward, so many cultural programs will be there. I want to watch Kuravi Kuthu, one type of dance program. That's why I am asking you, can you bring me with you? Alvarkadiyan asked. Vanthiyathevan slightly fear about Alvarkadiyan because he know everything about the politics. So we must be careful. He told, how can I bring you to the palace? Alvarkadiyan immediately told, you can tell anybody that I am your servant. Hearing it, Vanthiyathevan started to laugh. How can anybody believe that you are my servant? And more than that, I will not go to tell the lie. Sorry. He rejected the request. And more than that, hearing all these things, I have a doubt that can I go into the palace? They will allow me to the palace. Like that, Vanthiyathevan told. Oh, which means you are going without a proper invitation? Alvarkadiyan again asked. No, I have an invitation. The son of Katambur Sambhavaraya, the local king, Sambhavaraya, son Kandamaran is my best friend and he always tells that you must come to my palace when you come through this area. Like that I have invitation always. like that. Vanthiyathevan told, "Oh, it's all. So even you can't permit it into the palace. Then how can you bring me like that?" Alvarkadiyan told and started to walk. Vanthiyathevan also started to walk. Within few minutes, Alvarkadiyan went to a temple nearby. Vanthiyathevan also going there and watched Alvarkadiyan. But he saw a different Alvarkadiyan in the temple. He went to the deity, he prayed sincerely, he sang songs like pasarams with heartfelt devotion. Seeing all this, Vanthiyathevan felt guilty because he doubted Alvarkadiyan in some other way. But he found a real devotee. He was very much true to the devotion. So he waited outside the temple until Alvarkadiyan returned back. When he came out, Vanthiyathevan go to him and told, "Sorry, brother, I totally misunderstood you. Forgive me. Sorry." Like that, he tell an apology and ready to move away from there. At that time, both felt like a little friendship between them. Alvarkadiyan immediately asked a question. "Okay, already you rejected my request. Can you do another favor you can do?" Vanthiyathevan turned and looked at his face. "What can I do?" Alvarkadiyan told, "I will give a message and you just convey it to a person inside the palace. Whom I have to convey?" "The lady in the palanquin already you saw." When Alvarkadiyan told this, Vanthiyathevan, astonished and slightly shocked, "I don't think you like this, and don't think me like that. I am not a person to do a favor like that. Sorry." And Vanthiyathevan immediately ready to start from there. "Okay, that's your problem. If you help me now, in some other time, surely I help you in another way," Alvarkadiyan told. But Vanthiyathevan didn't wait to reply or talk more. He immediately get on the horse and ride it fast toward the Katambur Palace. In the late evening, he reached Katambur Palace. He saw the guards' protection around the palace. As already Alvarkadiyan told, Vanthiyathevan understand that the guard protection was tightened for the day because so many guests, so many kings coming there. So the palace was totally under security. He can't easily enter the palace. In the gate, a few soldiers, various were standing there with weapons. If he move forward, they will attack. Vanthiyathevan understand the position. He think a little. Anyhow, we have to enter the palace. He think and get an idea. Immediately he ready to do that. He ride his horse fast toward the gate. When he approached the gate, all the warriors standing there came to attack Vanthiyathevan. Immediately Vanthiyathevan got down from the horse and ready to fight with all the warriors. He took his sword and ready to fight. At the same time, he started to shout, "Kandamara, Kandamara," and he asked for help from his friend. When he was shouting, the chief guests were standing in the balcony of the palace. Elder Parvatarayar, Katambur Sambavarayar, and other chief guests were standing on the balcony and they were watching the godship of the palace. They hear the shouting voice of the Vanthiyathevan. Immediately, Elder Parvatarayar asked Sambavarayar, "What is going there? Just look at the problem." Sambavarayar called his son, Kandamara, "Go and look what's going on there." Immediately, Kandamaran got out from the balcony and came to the gate. When he came out, he saw his friend and warriors around him. Seeing friend, Vanthiyathevan act again. "Hello, Kandamara, I came as per your invitation, but your warriors are giving me a reception like this. How can I believe it?" Like that, he started to talk. Kandamaran surprised to see his friend because he was very much fond of Vanthiyathevan and he liked to give his sister to Vanthiyathevan and make him a brother-in-law. From the beginning, he wanted to do this and he will always tell about his sister to Vanthiyathevan when they were in the war front of Chola. Now, after a few years, they are meeting again. So Kandamaran surprised and felt happy, came and hugged Vanthiyathevan. Seeing all this, the warriors give way. Kandamaran scolded the warriors and bring Vanthiyathevan into the palace. He pulled Vanthiyathevan with anxiety, with happiness, as he wanted to introduce his friend to his father and other chief guests. You are always telling about Elder Parvatarayar and other kings like that. Everyone is here. Come, I will introduce to you them. Like that, he telling the matter and pulling Vanthiyathevan with happiness to the balcony. When reached there, he introduced Vanthiyathevan to the chief guest, Elder Parvatarayar. "Uncle, he is my friend and he want to meet you. Always you want to meet you. And when we talk about the war wounds of your body, he will surprise always, because in the Chola Empire, everyone heard that Elder Parvatarayar have so many war wounds on his body because he fought many wars." When Kandamaran tell all these things, Elder Parvatarayar looked at Vanthiyathevan and told, "Oh, you will believe only when you see the war wounds directly." Like that, he questioned. Hearing the question, both the friends shocked. Kandamaran and Vanthiyathevan think that they will be surprised and will be happy seeing the junior warriors, but they asked different question. Vanthiyathevan understand the position because all the chief guests, the elders, were getting together for some other reasons. They felt that Vanthiyathevan is a disturbance there. Vanthiyathevan understand that thing. Kandamaran also understand it. Katambur Sambavarayar immediately told his son, "Okay, this is your friend, but it is not fair to come to the palace in this late night. Okay, better you go to your mother and other ladies to introduce to them." He sent son to Antapura, the place where the ladies stayed. That is best thing he can do. Kandamaran also think like that. Immediately pull Vanthiyathevan and walk toward Andapuram. When they reach Andapuram and introduced to his mother and other ladies there, Vanthiyathevan wishes everyone and get the blessings of elders. He slightly saw the face of the sister of Kandamaran only once. And Kandamaran introduced Vanthiyathevan to all the ladies and ready to bring him to other side of the palace. When they start back from the Andapuram, yes, voice called Kandamaran back. Kandamaran asked Vanthiyathevan, please stay here. And Kandamaran go back to the Andapuram. And Vanthiyathevan hears some voice, the lady's voice. They are talking something and laughing as teasing somebody. Vanthiyathevan think they are teasing himself. Within few minutes, Kandamaran returned. When returned, Vanthiyathevan asked him directly, are the ladies are teasing me? Like that he asked. No. They are not talking about you. They are talking about the wife of Elder Palvattarayar. Why? Vanthiyathevan again asked. When walking, Kandamaran told the details. Actually, any chief guest came to the palace, the ladies will be stay with the ladies in the palace already, in the Andapura. But the wife of Elder Palvattarayar stayed in the building allotted for the Elder Palvattarayar. So nobody is allowed to go there, and some servants went there and tell about the lady to the ladies in the palace. They are talking about the feelings of the Elder Palvattarayar because he married his wife in his late ages, and the wife was younger, very much younger. That's why they are talking about the lady. Like that they told, Kandamaran told. Hearing it, Vanthiyathevan told, no, this is not because of this thing. They are envy on the beauty of the lady, new lady. That's why they are talking like that. How can you say, did you see the lady of Elder Palvattarayar? Vanthiyathevan told, yes, I just saw in the fraction of a second when the procession going on, and tell about the details of the procession. Oh, you are the lucky person. Here nobody saw her, only you saw the lady. Like that they talk and walk. When they walk, they hear the sound of announcement of cultural programs. Well, Kandamaran asked Vanthiyathevan, do you want to see the cultural program going to conduct here? When he asked, Vanthiyathevan reminded what the things told by Alvarkadiyan. Immediately, Vanthiyathevan told him, yes, I want to watch the Kuravai Kuthu. I didn't watch in my life. So I want to watch. Okay, let us go and watch. Kandamaran bring him to the area or ground or stage arranged for the cultural programs. At that night, so many guests were there. Cultural programs started. Kuravai Kuthu started. A man called Devaralan and a lady came to dance Devaratam and perform the dance programs. Kandamaran, Vanthiyathevan and everyone watched the programs. In the meantime, Kandamaran show and tell about each and every chief guest there. Manavarayar, Manamvarayar, like that. So many persons, so many kings and big personalities in the Chola Empire. He, in a low voice, tell about each and every person to his friend. Vanthiyathevan didn't ask more, but he understand something bigger thing is going there. Something secret thing is going there. So he kept quiet. After the programs and the dinner after that completed. After the dinner, Kandamaran bring Vanthiyathevan to a place in the top of the palace to sleep and ask Vanthiyathevan to sleep there. You just sleep here. I have responsibility to look after the guest. So I will go and look after all the things for the guest, and then I will come and sleep here. Okay. As a good friend, he told all these things and left from there. Vanthiyathevan ready to sleep because already he tired with the long journey and he want to sleep earlier. So he go to the bed early and he start to sleep.